Hello everyone, welcome to DevTales channel, and today is our next video related to crypto, especially crypto trading. As we told in the previous video, in this video we're gonna create some middleware based on Python, which will receive notifications from TradingView, and then we'll open positions or close them on Binance. So first of all, we need to find the place where we can host our API. It's not an advertisement, but we will use Vercel. There is possibility to deploy for free if it is hobby project. So we will be using it. So let's sign up. We select the hobby, typing our name, press continue, and here you can create an account using email or just authenticate using some of Git hosting. So we will use GitHub. Yes, so we authorize Vercel. I just sign up, and to host the project here we can use this import project or just add new project. And here on the left side I already authenticated Vercel to the list of repositories from our GitHub account. Here you can see there is shown one from our another video related to IoT displays testing. We will create new repository for this project, and it will be available later here. There are a bunch of different templates you can host on Vercel, and here is a bunch of frameworks you can use to kind of create the project and later host it on. So we will be using Python, Flask for our development. So let's create repository and proceed to coding. And now let's create repository. So I just logged into our GitHub account, and here we can create new repository. So let's name it trading middleware. Let it be public, of course, and create repository. So we just created a repository. Let's clone it to our local machine. So I got my terminal window, and now let's clone our repository. So we successfully cloned our repository. Now let's navigate into it. Now let's create our small Flask application. But first of all, we need to create Python virtual environment. We will be using Python 3.11. Let's wait while virtual environment is created. Now let's activate it. So we activated our virtual environment, we can see it here, and we will be using for our application Binance Features connector. This is a library written on Python. This is not an official library from Binance. Yes, it's posted under Binance profile on GitHub, but it's not official from Binance as they stated. So someone created this library and Binance just reposted it under their account. We will be using this application to connect to Binance through APIs. And also we will be using Flask. Flask is framework for writing and APIs. So let's install Flask and Binance Features connector. Sorry, mistyping. This might be, yes. And Flask. We have our libraries installed. Now let's create a package. So I will name it the same, trading middleware. So let's move into it and create file need.py. So it's the main file of our application. So now let's open it and write some code. I just opened init.py in Sublime editor. You can use any editor you like. So now let's open Flask application setup manual. All links will be below in the description. So we will not be writing from scratch. Let's just copy this one example and paste it in our Sublime editor. So also we will need JSONify. Let's import it, and for now it is. Also we will need Binance Features. So let's just copy a few lines from here. Client creation, yes, okay. Let's put it inside this API endpoint. So also let's maybe copy this one. We will not be using it for now, but let's keep it in our code for some time. Okay, so we need to change a few things here. Actually, let's rename it to trading middleware. This is a SQLite database which we will be using later. So let's keep it as is, and let's rename our endpoint to something like indicator alert. And also we need to change the method of it to post. So methods and post. So this will be post endpoint. Let's rename the method also, and let's set here JSONify. So it will return a JSON empty object. Let me review it fastly. Nothing special. So save it, and now let's try to run it. I will open terminal window to run it. Let's again copy a bit from here. Our Flask app is named Trading Middleware, so don't miss it out. Environment can be set as development, not a problem. And now let's run and see what errors we will get. Okay, we need to move one directory above. So interesting that we don't get any errors. So let's test out our API endpoint. So I will open second tab in my terminal, and we will use curl to send and post request. So -d is the data that we're sending. It's just an empty object. -h is header, and we will set header content type as application JSON. Actually, it doesn't matter for now, but let's set it already. And now we need to copy our address, and now our API endpoint. So let's press enter and see what we will get. Yes, and we got an error. And yes, this is because of incorrect API key is used to call the Binance. So as you can see here, API key format is invalid. And here, as you may notice, we have this library that connects to Binance client creation, and it requires API key and API secret. So let's go to the Binance and create an API key. Before creating API key for your sub account on Binance, you need to log into your main Binance account, go to account, API management, and you will see the terms of use of API keys, and you must agree. So we will agree, and now we can use API keys on sub accounts. So let's switch to sub account and create an API key. Now when terms accepted on our main account, we logged into our sub account. So let's move to API management, and here we can create an API key. So we will use system generated. Next, let's name it trading middleware key. And now I will confirm the action and will return to you when it's done. I got our API key generated. So here we can see API key and secret key. So we will just copy API key and paste it here, and copy the secret key and paste it here. So now we will try to restart our application, and we will call our API again, and we'll see what we will get. Again, we received some error. This is related to non-correctly named JSONify actually, but doesn't matter because we got the response to our API request. We just called account endpoint on Binance and got account information. So the next step would be to write order creation functionality here, but first of all, let's move to the Vercel and deploy our application. Let's get domain name and endpoint for it. Then we will go to the TradingView. We will create an alert there. We will test that our integration is working, and then we will write logic for our endpoint. Now let's test our app one more time to ensure that there are no more errors, and we will push working example. So I will start the app. App is running, and we will call an API endpoint. So yeah, we got a response, and here we see that it was with status 200, so it worked fine. So now we can push our code to our Git repository. So and push. Okay, now let's go to our repository, check that there is code now. Yes, we can see it. Actually, one more thing to do, we need to add requirements.txt file that will contain all our requirements. So this is Flask and Binance, so that when installing the app on Vercel, Vercel would know what libraries must be installed. So let's create requirements.txt. We will run the command txt, and now we must see the requirements.txt was created. Let's check what inside. A lot of libraries. Most of them are like dependency on Flask library. Some of them may be dependency of Binance library. So let's push it also. And push. Let's check that file appeared here. Yes, we can see it. Okay. Also, we need to create vercel.json configuration file. We can find out an example by going to Vercel, opening all templates. Here we can choose framework, which is Python. And here we can see Flask Hello World. So here we click deploy. And actually, if you want, you can go this way. It will create an application and Git repository for you inside your linked GitHub account or another Git hosting. There will be created repository for you with initial files for a Flask application, and you can change this repository later to redeploy your application. Okay, but we will use Vercel command line interface to deploy our application. In any case, we need to add a vercel.json configuration file. So let's open here Flask 3, because we're using Flask 3. And here you can see is a vercel.json file. Let's open it up and copy it. So now we need to create vercel.json for our project. Let's open it up. I'm using terminal to create and open the file, but you can use Finder or File Explorer to create a file and later open in any editor of your choice. So let's put what we copied, and here we need to change the destination. In our case, it will be trading middleware and init. We do not need add.py as it's stated here in Vercel Flask 3 example. So we will also keep it without .py. Let's save it. Let's add it. Let's commit it. So Vercel configuration added. And let's push it. So we just pushed vercel.json to our repository. You can see it appeared. So now we need to install Vercel command line interface. So I will be using npm. So npm -g is globally, e for install, and just Vercel. That's it. So let's wait a bit while Vercel CLI will be installed on our local machine. So we have Vercel CLI installed. Now let's try to deploy our application. So Vercel and deploy. So I'm right now inside our trading middleware repository folder, main folder, and we will use Vercel deploy command to deploy our application. So we need to open new terminal window so that Vercel CLI will be available for us. Let's check it. Yes. And now, as you can see, let's use Vercel deploy. Yes, it's the same that calling the Vercel, but okay. And now we need to log in into Vercel account. So I will log in now, and we will proceed with deployment. I just got logged into Vercel through Vercel CLI. So now we can deploy our project. So I will use command vercel deploy. And now Vercel asks us about project that we want to deploy. I'm already in projects directory, so I'm just selecting yes and pressing enter. Now Vercel CLI asks about scope. If you will open Vercel website, you will see your scope right here on the left top corner. In case you have multiple scopes, you must select the scope you want to deploy a project into. So I have just one Michael's project scope, so I'm just pressing enter because it's the one I can select. So link to existing project, no, don't have any. What's your project name? So here Vercel CLI suggests the project name. I'm okay with it, I'm just pressing enter. Code is located in current directory where I am now, so I'm just pressing enter. No, I don't want to modify any settings. Let's see. So now if we will open Vercel web page, we will see the project was added here. So and now it's actually it's ready. Yes, it's deployed, and here you can see under domains that Vercel created subdomain for our application. For us it's trading middleware.vercel.app, so we can open it up and we see an error. So I googled a bit and find out that there is also different configuration available. So I found this one. In this case we're saying Vercel that we're using Vercel Python framework and defining source file that is the main entry point of our application. So the correct settings for Vercel must be like this. I'm saving the file. So we will push it to our repository. Vercel configuration was updated. So let's see if Vercel will redeploy it automatically or not. Let's just refresh this page. Looks like no. So, and here you can see previously as we deployed our application first time, Vercel suggests the command that we will use later to deploy our application again. So we will just use Vercel --prod command to deploy our application once again. So it's not just creating new application, it's just as you see started building, it's just update of an existing application on Vercel. So build done. Okay, let's see what we got now. Okay, now we have internal server error. Here on Vercel you can see runtime logs, so I will just open it up. Okay, missing variable handler or app in file. Okay, most likely it won't see the app because it's under the function and Vercel is looking into it on a root level of our entry file. So I again searched a bit and found out this link that says how to deploy Python application into Vercel, and here we can see that for Flask and Django applications Vercel is looking for handler or app variables. So let's modify the code and see if it works or not. So I will just remove the function itself. So also I think let's move this test configuration. Also let's add additional API endpoint and make it get, name it ping, and ping will return just pong. So we will be able to test our API through browser. So now we have app on the root level of our entry file, and let's First of all, push the code to the repo. And let's redeploy our application using vercel --prod command. And let's see what we will get. Going back to project, it's building, as you can see. Also, you can see the build logs right here. Let's go back and let's open it up once again. Okay, so now we got this not found. It's because we don't have an API endpoint under the root path, so we have the ping, let's call it, and we got back pong. So now we have our application deployed to Vercel, and actually what we can test our Binance API through terminal using our Vercel domain that Vercel created for us. So I'm just calling Vercel app, our subdomain trading middleware.vercel.app, and calling our API endpoint that we have indicator alert. So let's do it. And we got internal error. Let's see runtime logs. So logs not updated like on live. I just waited maybe a minute or so, and got the logs appeared right here. So I also tried to do a post request from terminal and got also the 500 error, so internal server error, and now I see it here. Let's open it up and see. So we see that there is a Binance client error, server unavailable from a restricted location according to eligibility terms. Please contact customer service if you believe you received this message in error. So looks like we cannot access Binance API from Vercel. Let me search about it a bit, and I will be back. So I searched about this error. I just opened Binance terms and searched for eligibility, and here we can see this is a section, and actually here is a list of countries that from them we cannot do our API request. So we see here United States. What I did, I went to Vercel, to our project actually. So then I went to settings, and here where is functions section, there was I guess there was Washington or something like, so it was America, and I just changed it to Europe. So then I pressed save, but please notice that new deployment is required when you change the region. So I just did deployment once again, so vercel --prod, and we have new build in progress. So let's wait. Okay, so now we have our app redeployed, and it must be running our code on Europe's server. So let's try our API again. Actually, I already did it, but let's do it again. And now we got success response, so no any errors. And now let's go to app logs. So on Vercel you just open logs section, and here you can see that we have logged out actual info that we are printing in our endpoint. So you just print of this data. So we successfully deployed our application to Vercel. Our API endpoint is working. We are able to access Binance API from there, and we are getting responses from Binance. So the next step, what we will do, we will remove key and secret from here, and we will move it to, I guess it was in settings, environment variables. So we will set the key and the secret as variables, and we will use them. So we will remove them from code. It's not a good practice. And also we will be removing them from GitHub. So no worries. I will change the key after this video, so it will be different after this video. But for this video we will still use the same. I will show you how to change it and how to set it into Vercel environment variables, and in code use environment variable instead of just hard-coded key and secret. So usually when you want to store the key secret or any other configuration related to environment, and file is used. So let's create one. Let me clear it up. So touch.env, nano.env, and here we will define Binance key, which will be this one, and we will define Binance secret, which will be this one. So, and also we need to edit git ignore file, so it won't be adding our end file to git repository. So now we need to import OS. Actually we have it right here already, so we will change this to OS get env, and here we will use our created name. So it will be, sorry, I just removed everything, but I need, I guess, key and secret. Yeah, okay. So key will be this one, Binance key, and we also need secret. So we have secret, it will be Binance secret. So from code perspective, that's it. We can push it. So let's check let's change it. Okay. Binance access key and secret, move it to n file from code, and let's push it. So now we don't have hard-coded our key and secret in our code. So of course in history in Git you will be able to see in commit the secret and the key, but I will change it later on Binance and will update in our .env file. So now what we need to do? We need to define the same variables here actually, or we can just import our .env file. So if I will open our env file, we just can do it like this. Add another one, Binance secret, and save. You can just import .env file here, and that's it. And for different environments we might have different env files, so we might have different also environment variables defined here. So we can just change the setting here while adding a new environment variable, and it will be added only for specifically selected environment. So here you can see it's available for all environments. Let's check our project. Okay, let's redeploy it actually. So Vercel -- prod. So it's building, and we see it here also building. Okay, build is ready. Let's check out our API endpoint that calls Binance. Okay, we got a success response, no errors. So this means that we just successfully added our environment variables, Binance secret and key in Vercel settings, and our app was able to get it using OS get environment variable. So that's it actually. In our case, after this video, we will remove existing key and change the value on Vercel and in our .env file. Now let's check the logs that everything is fine. Yes, we got a response from Binance, so it's working fine. And now our next step is to kinda add this domain name, our endpoint, so this one, to TradingView alert. To create an alert on TradingView, we need to enable two-factor authentication for our account, and later on chart screen we can, on the right side, click this clock icon and create an alert. We are choosing Boom Pro, and let's try long and once per minute, and alert name will be long, 1 minute. And here we can define data that we will be receiving in our alert message. So we can press this question mark and see what we can define, what data is available there, and so on. Okay, let's have this simple JSON. I hope it will work. So we're just passing exchange ticker. It's like Ethereum to USDT, and price, current, and volume. Now we need to go to notifications section, and here we can see webhook URL. So let's add it. Okay, so it's not available on basic free plan, so I will go with 30-day free trial. Okay, I'm not professional. Confirm and continue. Monthly, of course. Try free for 30 days. Okay, I will finish this one and will get back to you. So to start free trial, you need to add your card, and that's it. I did it, and now we can create an alert. So we have selected Boom Pro indicator. We will select long. So on we will be notified on long. I selected once per minute, so we will see what we will get. Also name it alert because it's long and once per minute, and hope it will work with this JSON format. So okay, and now in notification section I selected webhook URL and just pasted our Vercel app domain with our endpoint indicator alert. As you can see, TradingView sends post request to your specified URL. So make sure that your endpoint is post. In our case, it's post, so nothing to change in our code. Okay, so please sound not needed, show pop-up. Okay, we will just get webhook notification. So let's press create. And Okay, it's active. And let's go to Vercel, go to logs section. There's nothing for last 30 minutes. Let's select live and we will see when something will appear, if something will appear. Actually, I see here the long, but alerts log. Okay, we can see that one log was triggered. And let's see if we will get something here. Okay, and yes, we just verified that our integration between TradingView and Vercel, where we are hosting our Flask app, is working. Boom Trading Pro indicator created a long label here, as we can see, and TradingView just sent a notification to our webhook URL. So now let's modify our code a bit, so we won't be printing data that we are getting from Binance, but we will print what we are receiving from TradingView. Okay, we will need to import request from Flask, and here we will add so data request.json, and let's print it out. Okay, and let's comment this one for now. Save, and we need to redeploy our application. So we're just calling again vercel --prot command, and we see it's building already. We can check also it here. We see it's building. Let's wait while it's done. Okay, it's ready. Let's go to logs. Let's do it like this actually. Okay. We don't have more notifications yet. Let's maybe create another one, so we will have different notifications. Let's select again Boom Pro. Let's select entry zone once per minute. So again, it will be entry zone 1 min, and here let's have actually the same data that we have here. Okay, and notifications, it's already having our webhook URLs that we used in our previous notification, so we will just press create, and we see our new notification for entry zone is created. More about indicators that you can see in Boom Hunter Pro indicator. So all these long labels or the dots, all the lines, what they mean, you can check in our previous video. So we described it in details. So I added a few more alerts, and we can see that just triggered red overbought alert 2 times. So let's check our logs, and what we can see here, that we got data that we wanted actually. Okay, not that bad. So we just received to our Flask application, which is hosted on Vercel, data from TradingView when indicator triggered an alert. We can see that we received the price, the volume, actually what were set in settings message. So exchange, ticker, price, volume, and this data is available here. So we got another one alert. As you can see, the volume here, for example, and here is changing, and that's it for this video. We did good job. We just verified that all our integration is working. So our Flask app is working. It is hosted on Vercel. It has a post endpoint which can call Binance API. Also, we have hosted it on Vercel for free, and we have added to TradingView several alerts that are sending notifications to our Python Flask application, and we can see the data received from TradingView. So in next video we will be working on a code part which is related to orders creation and kinda closing the positions and so on. So the main logic of positions opening, closing, and etc. Stay tuned, subscribe, like the video, comment. See you next video. Bye.